G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel. Over the past year of metal detecting, I've found so many predecimal coins and some really ripper awesome coin finds, yet I never started my video series on metal detecting till recently, and I feel regretful that I didn't start till recently. Anyhow, I thought I'd do a video feature on my ripper coin finds over the past year. I'm talking about pre-decimal era coins, and some of them were absolute cracking finds. Anyway, firstly, one of my best find yet, a 1873 gold half sovereign, Melbourne minted. This coin I found in one of the most weirdest of all places, which is a tidal water trap at our Sydney Harbour, on the northern side of Sydney Harbour. I never expected to find such a coin there. I was almost not even going to detect there because I just thought, I might not find much. But I thought, why not? So I detected the place, that area, and first found a half penny. I thought, awesome, I'd probably find some more predecis. I was hoping to find just Victorian era pennies and stuff, but up at the top right corner of that water trap, I popped this gold half sovereign, and I was just gobsmacked. It is on the front side in excellent shape. On the back side, it's got a few scratches. As it's a Melbourne minted, it is actually worth a lot more than a lot of the other half sovereigns, from what I read, and it could be even worth in excess of $1,000 in its condition. But it's a beautiful coin. I'm yet to get it valued, but even when I do get it valued, I ain't selling this coin off. It's a keeper for sure. But anyway, that is my best coin find yet. Gold half sovereign 1873 Melbourne minted. Okay, my equally second best find is a Gothic florin, 1879 Gothic florin. I found this coin up at Berrima near a flattened tree stump. I was detecting around Berrima, around the parks, and I wasn't finding jack until I got to near this restaurant, which is an old house from the colonial era, and near there was a flattened tree stump, and this coin was only like probably less than a centimetre under the ground. I got a high 46 on my exterior 705 and dug it up, and I was like equally gobsmacked to find this, like I was with the gold half sovereign. I mean, I was merely aiming to find Victorian era pennies and that sort of thing, but Gothic florin, and wow, and it's in beautiful condition. Often these come up very worn out, but this one, it's tarnished as all hell, which is a bit disappointing. And if I clean it, I'd devalue it. But its wear condition is just excellent. It looks like it's had very little circulation whatsoever. Everything, the details, just all there. It's beautiful coin, beautiful silver. Never ever thought I'd find one of those, like I thought with the gold half sov. Now, my other ripper find, I found this down at Dapto, near Dapto train station, in a small park out the front. This is a Chinese coin. It is I did my research on the Chinese coin types, and this one dates between 1796 and 1820. This is pretty much my oldest coin I've found yet. Well, it's a toss-up between this coin and another coin, which I'll get to in a sec. But first, talking about this coin, this was made between 1796 and 1820. I dare say somebody wore it as a pendant because it's got a hole in the top there, and they must have it must have fallen off them some time in the past, maybe 50 plus years, I'm guessing. So it would have been dropped there sometime, maybe 50 plus years ago. Who knows? But it wouldn't have been dropped there back in the 1800s, I don't think. Still, anyhow, this is I never. Once again, you find great, awesome coins in the weirdest of all places. Fancy finding a Chinese coin at Dapto train station, Dapto train station park. Anyhow, it's in pretty decent shape, apart from the hole in it. But yeah, awesome, awesome find. Now, my next awesome find was a 1806-1807 King George III penny. This penny is worn a buggery, and I wasn't sure what it was at first until I cleaned it up and put some olive oil on it, and I recognised the look of the coin and the bust on the back as King George III, and these pennies were minted from 1806 to 1808, but there was only one example of an 1808 minted King George III penny, so this penny would have been made either 1806 or 1807. It's so worn I can't get a date on it. I found this coin in my suburb at a small park that where a old farmhouse used to stand. I mean, it was. I'm just amazed at this. I found it there of all places. Another weird place to find such early coins. I mean, I found several other pennies and half pennies dating from 1900 up to the 1950s. But yeah, this 1806, 1807 penny, I wonder what it was doing there. Maybe it was still acceptable currency before Australian currency came in effect in 1910, perhaps. Anyhow, ripper find. So this was probably my oldest coin, if this coin was minted after 1806, 1807. But it'd be either this coin or that coin would be my oldest coins found yet. Alrighty, now let's get on to the other finds. A lot of these coins here I've bought off eBay and all that, but mixed in with the eBay bought coins, I've got my metal detecting finds. So yeah, all these ones I've bought off eBay. All these ones I've either bought off eBay or have been inherited from my uncle. Just going to go through to the ones that I've found metal detecting. These ones I've definitely bought off eBay, these Vicky pennies. Okay, alright, here's one of my metal detecting finds, a 1904 Edward penny. Found that down at my local sports field. Another weird place to find early coins, but yeah, there used to be a butter factory around that area back in the 1880s to 1900s. So yeah. Oh, going back to that coin list, 1900 penny here. It's literally copper cancered to the max. I found that up at a seawall in Wollongong. Also, yeah, I found 1906 Edward penny. I found a few Edward pennies around a few different places. Oh, going back to this again. This is my best Edward penny I've found. 1902 Edward penny. I found that up at Sydney in a park near the harbour. It was literally just under the surface, which, like that gothic florin that I mentioned earlier, it was just literally under the surface, and it's in beautiful shape. Beautiful green patina. Alright, keep on going. Yeah, got some cartwheel pennies and cartwheel tuppence. They are all bought off eBay. Now, let's get to me silvers. So, yeah, I've got over 20 florins, and 95% of them I've found metal detecting. I've shined them up using bicarb soda and water. So I've found plenty of florins, and surprisingly, most of them I've found just down at my local park. And I've been detecting a lot up Sydney, and I've not found one florin up in Sydney. But yeah, I found the majority of my florins in a local park and a few other local parks. That 1954 Royal Visit florin, I found that up at the seawall in Wollongong. Yeah, much of the florins I've found are from 1946 and 1947. Those were big mintage years for florins. That crown there I've bought off eBay. I'll let you know. Some of my early Aussie florins I found are from 1934 and 1936. They shine up nicely after the bicarb soda treatments. So yeah, that was my very first florin I found. I found that just outside of an old rundown shed out at Berkeley. Yeah, I was over the moon to find that. I was only detecting a few months at the time. So here we've got some more 46 and 47 era florins. Found a bunch of florins from the 50s too, and some from the 60s. Some of them haven't really cleaned up too well after bicarb treatments, so they need some further treatment for cleanup. Okay, I've shillings now. I've found, surprisingly, of all the silvers, the least amount of silvers I found were the shillings. They seem to be a lot rarer even than the florins for some reason. But yeah, I found a lot of ram's heads, a few early shillings from the 1910s to 1930s. Now sixpences, I've found a ton of these. Also threepences as well. But yeah, plenty of sixpences here. I've dug at various parks locally and up in Sydney and other places. Also, I've found a ton more of threepences. Mind you, not all these silvers, I said, are metal detect finds. A lot of them some of them I've inherited from my uncle and my grandma. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of threepences here, dating from the 1910s up to the 1960s. And we get to the pennies, the more half pennies and pennies, the more common predecimal metal detecting finds. Found quite a lot of them. I found tons of them actually. And yeah, some of them have got a beautiful green patina to them. Others are pretty much toasted with copper cancer. But yeah, in this album I pretty much just put all the better ones in there. These ones I've inherited or bought in the past as a kid from from coin shops. Yeah, most of the brown copper ones are not metal detecting fines. These ones are found metal detecting. They're in varying degrees of condition. Some of them are in beautiful condition. Some of them have got copper cancer. Yeah, plenty of pennies in here. And plenty more. Pretty much. Yeah, these ones I bought in auction, not auctions, I bought in coin shops like for the half pennies. Some of these are some of the ones with that don't look as in good condition are the metal detect fines. Okay, and in here I've got a lot more pennies in half pennies that are in much worse condition than the ones that I've put in albums. So yeah, it's just tons of them. There's plenty of them out there. Yeah, whenever you find predecimals, the majority of them are usually pennies and half pennies. Anyway, we're coming close to the end of the video. During my talk about my coin finds, one thing I totally forgot to mention was this massive coin spill that I found down at my local park in Unanderra. I mean, yeah, I was digging a hole and I popped out a 1924 shilling, and then I popped out another predecimal penny, I think it was. And then I just kept digging out more and more predecimals, and I ended up getting out a total of 19 predecimals, all out of one hole. And here's how they looked just coming out of the ground and put into me caddy. So yeah, 19 predecimal coins all found in one hole. That is my best coin spill I've found to date. I never thought I'd find that many predecimal coins in one hole, and here they are proudly on display. So I've cleaned them up. I haven't given them the bicarb treatment yet for the silvers, but here's how they are. There's actually 23 coins in the picture, but four of them are found in other areas of that same park. So yeah, in the hole was 6 florins. One florin this one here I found in another area of the park, but there was 6 florins in total in the hole. 4 shillings, 2 sixpences, 2 threepences. 3 of the pennies I found elsewhere in the park, but there was 3 pennies in the hole and 2 halfpennies. So I literally found a full house twice. Full house of predecimal coins, except for the crown, of course. But yeah, 19 predecimal coins all in the one hole. That I'm still gobsmacked that I found that many. Also, in another area of that same park, I actually pulled out 4 more silvers, a coin spill of 4 silvers, full house of silvers, threepence, sixpence, shilling, and florin. So yeah, there was a lot in that park, and that's a lot of my metal detecting mates have either not detected there or simply just overlooked it somehow. But yeah, I mean, everywhere around Wollongong, Illawarra region has been flogged, but yet you just never know when you're going to come across something that other detectorists have missed. Alrighty, well, anyhow, that draws the video to a close. Hope you enjoyed my video on my coin finds metal detecting. Stay tuned for the next metal detect hunt. This is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel, signing out.